Hey, I got some breaking news just as we're coming on the air. It turns out yet another person has been arrested. This would make four for allegedly helping those 10 inmates escape from the New Orleans jail last Friday. The latest one, police say, is 59-year-old Connie Whedon of Slidell, Louisiana. They say she provided money to one of the inmates. The inmate up on the top shelf there named Jermaine Donald. By the way, he and four others among the original group of 10 are still on the loose. So Donald is on the up shelf where they're still on the run. The other five were all caught and thrown back in the hoosegow. Not this hoosegow, though. This one's too porous. Clearly, it's easy to bust out of this one. The bounty on these guys is worth a combined $100,000. So that's a good side hustle, if you ask me. My next guest has seen this rodeo from every side. Larry Levine is a former prison inmate who went on to found and direct Wall Street Prison Consultants, and he also wrote a book called Prison Politics 101, Mastering the Art of Survival. Larry, we've got this great breaking news. I'd love you to comment on this. We've got another person, number 4, hauled in for aiding and abetting after the fact. Do you think there are a lot more people who are going to be arrested for helping?
Well, generally on an escape like this, there's like the ringleader, 2 or 3 people helping out. The other ones were just people of opportunity. If I was planning an escape like this, remember, I used to plan crimes. I helped people when I was on the inside that wanted to escape. I give them guidance and advice. Bring as many people as you want. Make this like a party, because then when law enforcement is looking for people, you have a better chance of blending into the population because they're busy looking for everybody. So this was set up ahead of time. Obviously, these guys had telephones and such. So right now, the investigators are combing the telephone records, matching people's calls up, names with the inmates. So obviously, they're involved and provided help. And I wouldn't be surprised if more people were out there they're going to locate more people that helped out.
It's not James Bond level criminal planning either, is it? I mean, a lot of these people are just using phones and using text and emails and all sorts of things that are so easily traceable. Is it getting easier and easier to find those who are supporting escapees?
Well, with technology, let's break it down. When you have an inmate account to make telephone calls, a lot of times you have to put like a whole list of numbers into the system. And you've got to put the name of the individual in the system so they know. They know that that phone number is tied to this inmate. So then when they check the cell phones and they'll find them, they'll get something. Something will lead them to the CDRs, the call detail reports. They'll just go down the list. They'll look at the list and say, well, gee, this phone number corresponds with this inmate. Let's zoom in on this person. So it's getting much easier. And a lot of institutions are putting in equipment that will actually block cellular traffic. It'll block the cell phones, but then it becomes a problem for the staff because their cell phones don't work. So there's really no answer. But yeah, there's a problem throughout the federal state system with cell phones, not generally the county, but for sure in the state and federal systems. And it's like the maintenance guy. It was obviously paid off. I don't believe he's innocent. You pay a staff member enough money, they'll bring you phones in. They'll bring you drugs in. They'll perform sexual acts for you. These people they're not really well trained and they're low paid, and they can be compromised real easy.
Let's talk about on the outside, once they get out, because now it's been a week and 5 of these guys have eluded capture. The other 5 were caught within 10 miles, and I couldn't believe it. I thought, 10 miles, for heaven's sake, you could have done that in less than a day. What are they doing, those top shelf 5? What are they doing to stay hidden?
Okay, we don't know the dynamics of this escape. Maybe they called the other guys. Maybe they didn't even know they were going to escape. Best thing to do when you escape is you don't hang out with other people you escaped with. You split up. I mean, gee, you may as well hold a sign that says 3 escaped inmates in front of you. You know who they're looking for. So I was locked up with a guy who did escape. There was a manhunt out for him. He went and he found a security guard uniform hanging in a backyard on a clothesline. He went to a shopping center. He put the uniform on. It was kind of like a closed shopping center, and he acted like a security guard. And the cops would come by and they would wave them. I don't think these other guys are near New Orleans anymore. I really don't.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.